Marketing at the most basic level is organizing an exchange. I can make music and people who want that music will make an exchange to get it. Usually we exchange our work for money, but not always. For example, I might agree to play music at my neighbour's Christmas party in exchange for fresh vegetables from their garden through the summer. Or if I'm making gifts for my family and friends with no plans for wider production, I don't expect anything in return. And maybe you find the pleasure of creativity enough reward in itself. If you're not wanting to exchange anything, you don't need a marketing plan. But if you want to earn a living or at least supplement your income, it's definitely worth considering your market. I've been a working musician for about a quarter century now, but for the last 5 years or so, I haven't had a plan. I'm established enough as a musician and a music educator that I've been okay. But it's gotten to the point where I just don't know what I really want to do. I've watched rounds of funding open and close, and I've seen colleagues doing amazing projects that I wish I'd thought to involve myself in. And thankfully, I jumped in and said yes to some really wonderful things that worked out great for me. But I also said yes to some things that I should have probably said no to, and no to things that maybe I should have said yes to. Without a plan, it's really hard to prioritize projects. It's almost impossible to know what kind of professional development to do. And this is the kind of crisis point where I have seen so many wonderfully creative folks just give up and try to get a real job. Yeah. I know from experience that I can earn a living through my creative work. And of course, the COVID pandemic has changed things dramatically. So I know I really need a plan to navigate this. I need to get some goals and really work to understand the challenges that I'll be facing. On page 21 of this very helpful but unfortunately out of print book, What's My Plan? A Guide to Developing Arts Marketing Plans. There's a questionnaire to help you figure out where you need to focus your attention. Each question requires a simple yes or no answer. Keep a tally of your answers as we go through. Do you have a marketing plan or business plan for yourself or your organisation? Is the plan written down? Do you review the plan at least every 6 months? Does the plan include goals and objectives for the next 12 months? Does the plan include goals and objectives for the next 2 years? Does the plan include goals and objectives for the next 5 years? Have you undertaken research on your target audience? Have you consulted with others in the arts about defining target audiences? Do you undertake regular, ongoing research on your target audience? Do you have a clear understanding of what your target audiences are seeking in your product? Do you regularly review your prices? Have you considered changes to where you work or how your products are distributed? Can you accurately describe your product positioning in terms of your target audience? Can you accurately describe your product positioning in terms of your competitors? Does your promotional activity include both paid and non-paid promotions? In other words, both advertising and publicity. Do you keep track of how your customers have heard about you? Do you monitor the success of your promotional activities? Do you have a written promotional program as part of your marketing plan? The strongest position is all yes answers, in which case you definitely don't need me telling you what to do. If you've got at least 15 yes answers, you're probably doing well, but might want to check in on the areas where you answered no. If you answered no 10 times, or more, you really need to do some work. And I answered no to a lot more of these questions than I care to admit. So I'm going to put together a business and marketing plan, and that will end up looking something like this. An outline of my current situation. That includes mission and vision statements, the details of my arts practice, and an analysis of the operating environment, market, SWOT, product, competitive and networking analyses. The next section is refinement, or where I want to take things next, including business and creative goals, marketing objectives, and the strategies that I'm going to put into place. The third section is the action program, and this needs to outline the resources that I have or that I need to get, the time frame I'm planning to work with, any staffing, or in my case outsourcing, that I'll need to do in order to get things done, and of course the actual activities that I need to do. Finally, section 4, the evaluation and contingency plans, which of course contains evaluations and contingency plans. Obviously, if you work in a team, you want to set up a time where you can all get together and work on these things, whether you're a group of musicians or you're one of a team of photographers in the same studio, or maybe a writer and an illustrator working together. It's really important that you're all working to the same plan, so why not actually plan together? You could even set up a planning retreat and go away for a few days to work on this intensely. I'm really on my own at this stage, so I'll be spending some time each week for a couple of months on all of this so I don't get overwhelmed. Each week I will be sharing with you the small, manageable section of my business and marketing plan that I'm working on, so you can build your arts business and marketing plan too. It would really help me to feel less lonely if you drop a comment and let me know where you're at. Please, let me know. I'm not alone in my chaos. It's October now. I'm planning to be done in mid-December, and that means taking time with loved ones over the holiday season before jumping into 2022 with confidence. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell to be notified when new videos come out.